Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April and this week I have 4 easy sewing projects perfect for beginners or anyone looking for a quick project to sew. If you'd like to support me and this channel, you can check out my new online shop, Coolirpa.com, where I am selling previous creations, future creations, and secondhand clothes. You can also support me on Patreon. I'll put all the links to everything I mentioned down below, so check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Since all the projects I'll be working on will be on stretch fabric, here are a couple things you need to know. First, you should change your needle to a ballpoint needle, stretch needle, or jersey knit needle depending on your fabric. For me, I used a stretch needle the whole time and had no issues. The stitch I'm using for most of the video is a stretch stitch. It looks like a lightning symbol or a more narrow and diagonal zigzag stitch. I use this stitch to sew all my seams together and to hem any edges. If you don't have a stretch stitch, you can use a zigzag stitch or the overlock stitch on your sewing machine, or if you have a serger, you can use that as well. You'll see me using a walking foot attachment on my machine. I like to switch to a walking foot when sewing with stretchy materials because it really holds the layers in place and prevents it from stretching while I sew. I did serge some of my seams before sewing the next seam, but since the knit fabric doesn't unravel, you can leave your edges raw if you want to. I hope that helps, and let's get started. The first simple DIY I'm going to show you how to make is a tube top. I purchased this 4-way stretch rib knit fabric, and to figure out my measurements, I measured the top of my chest and then measured how long I wanted my tube top to be. Mine is going to be more of a bandeau crop top, so I can keep the shape as simple as possible for this project. But if you want a more fitted top, you can angle the shape down to your waist, which will give you 2 side seams to sew. The method I'm doing is literally going to be a boxy tube top that will have 1 side seam. Since the fabric is super stretchy, I took out 5 inches from that measurement so it can hug my body properly. So if my chest measurement is 30 inches, I only need my top to be 25 inches in circumference. But including seam allowance, that will be 26 inches. This measurement will vary depending on how stretchy your fabric is, so give yourself extra room to work with until you fit it on yourself first. With my fabric on fold, I marked out 13 inches across, which is half of 26, and then marked how long my top will be, which was 8 inches with seam allowance. I'm cutting a lining layer because I want a thicker tube top, but if you want to simplify this project even more, you can just do 1 layer. Sew the side seam of the tube top closed. This is what it looks like now, and if you're only sewing a 1-layer tube top, all you have to do is hem the top and bottom and you're finished. Since mine has a lining though, I'm going to face the 2 layers right sides together and sew along the top. This is what the top looks like so far after understitching the lining side down. And now to close up the bottom 2 layers, I'm going to evenly line the edges up and pin them together. Then I sewed the bottom using the overlock stitch on my sewing machine since it already has the matching thread color. After overlocking the edges, I can fold over the edge 1 time and hem it with a stretch stitch. And we're finished! Here's what the simple tube top looks like. The next easy sewing project are elastic band shorts, which I'll be making out of this dope tie-dye fabric that matches the tube top. With my fabric on fold, I went ahead and folded it in half again. Next, grab a pair of shorts or sweatpants you have at home, fold it in half as well, and line up the sides of the shorts along the folded edge of the fabric. If you don't have enough fabric to do this double fold method, just open the fabric back up and cut your folded shorts out 1 layer at a time. With the side seams of my shorts lined up on the fold, I draw a straight line across the top of the shorts, and I left additional fabric above because I need to add an additional inch to make it higher waisted, and then on top of that I added another 2 inches for the waistband. The next line you need to mark is how long you want your shorts to be. I measured mine from my waist down to above my knees, and it was 18 inches long. Draw a line across at that marking. Next, trace out your shorts and make sure to add seam allowance while doing so. Then cut it out. When you unfold the fabric, you should have 2 pieces that look like this. Fold each piece in half right sides together and sew the inner leg seam closed. Next, pin the crotch seam right sides together and sew it closed. It should look like a giant U shape. Lastly, I marked 1.5 inches along the top of the shorts, making sure it will fit the size of my waistband, and then folded the top of the shorts over and hemmed. Just make sure to leave a small opening to insert your elastic afterwards. The size of your elastic band should be your waist measurement minus a couple inches, but if you're still unsure, just leave your elastic band long until it's inserted in the shorts. Then you can try it on and decide how tight it should be before trimming. To insert the elastic, use a safety pin and weave it through the waistband until it comes out the other side. After sewing the ends of the elastic together, stretch out the waistband and sew the opening closed. An extra step I did was add a row of top stitching along the top of the elastic band to emphasize the ruching more. And there you have it, a super simple pair of shorts that can be customized to your liking. I didn't hem the bottom of the shorts because I prefer the raw edge look, but feel free to do so if you like. The next easy sewing project is a loose fitted Batwing shirt. This was my most favorite thing to make when I first learned how to sew, and I honestly still love them so much. With the same tie-dye fabric on fold, grab a t-shirt you have at home that you like the fit of. I already have one that has the perfect looseness I want, but honestly, any loose t-shirt will work. And again, if the width of your fabric isn't wide enough to fit your shirt, or you want the sleeves longer, just unfold the fabric and cut your shirt out one layer at a time. Lay your shirt down on the fabric and trace the underarm seam and curve it into the side seam. We're getting rid of that sleeve seam, so there's one less thing to sew. Then decide how long you want your top to be. Since the one I'm tracing is cropped, I'm going to extend it a little more so it's not as short. And lastly, mark one line for the sleeve and shoulder seam, and mark the back neckline. You can go ahead and mark all of this on fold, unlike me, but definitely make sure you're cutting it on fold so that both sides are symmetrical. Unfold the shirt and look at that! Such a cool, simple Batwing design. I just need to shorten the front neckline, which could also be adjusted after you're done sewing if you need to see what it looks like first. The best part about this shirt is that there's only 4 seams to sew. 2 shoulder seams, and 2 side seams. And we're finished. Here's the complete matching set. The last easy and quick sewing project you can make is a scrunchie. You can either use a hair tie you have at home or cut a piece of elastic the size of a hair tie. For the tie-dye fabric, I'm going to do the elastic band version and cut a strip of fabric that was about 5 inches wide and 24 inches long. Then I'm going to fold it in half and sew the open side closed. For the hair tie version, I also cut a strip of fabric 5 inches wide, but only made it 18 inches long instead of 24 to see the difference in scrunchiness. The longer your strip, the more bunched it'll look for sure. To sew around the hair tie, sandwich the hair tie in between the fabric and then pull the fabric out so that you can sew along the entire edge. The fabric I'm using here doesn't have a right or wrong side, but make sure your fabric is facing right sides together if you do. It looks confusing, but it's pretty straightforward once you try it out. Trim the seam allowance down by half so it's not so bulky, and then flip the strip right sides out. For the tie-dye fabric, after sewing the open side closed, turn the strip right sides out as well and then slide the elastic band in. Then sew the ends of the elastic or tie it together. And now to close up the opening, you can either fold the raw edges of both sides under and hand sew it closed with a blind stitch, or you can just top stitch it closed on your machine, which is what I'm going to do. It's a really small area to be sewing on your machine, but just take your time and make sure to continue rotating the scrunchie as you sew. Lifting the presser foot up while rotating it is also helpful while you sew. And that's it! I love that all these projects are everyday items that can be worn by anyone, and if you really want to, you can whip them all out in less than a day. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me a comment down below if this video helped you out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!